First it was toilet paper, then baby formula. Now it's happening again. Quietly, without warning, 15 everyday items are slipping off store shelves, and most people won't notice until it's too late. This isn't speculation. It's already begun. If you want to stay ahead of the chaos, watch this before the next wave hits. Supply chains are tightening, tariffs are rising, and global instability is pushing everyday products towards sudden disappearance. From pantry staples to hygiene must-haves, we're seeing early signs of shortages that could spread fast, within days, not weeks. If you've noticed items going out of stock more often, you're not imagining it. We've analyzed current market data, shipping trends, and global trade disruptions to bring you the 15 items most at risk of vanishing from shelves. Knowing what to grab now could save you money and serious stress later. Subscribe now, hit the bell, and stay one step ahead of the chaos. Number 1. Olive oil. If olive oil is part of your daily cooking routine, here's a warning. It's about to get expensive and hard to find. As of May 2025, Spain and Italy, two countries that produce nearly 65% of the world's olive oil, are facing the worst droughts in over 30 years. According to the International Olive Council, production has dropped by over 60% in the last 2 harvests, and the situation isn't improving. Olive trees take years to mature, so recovery won't be quick. The result? Prices have already surged, more than 50% year over year, and major retailers are struggling to keep shelves stocked. In some areas of the US and Europe, premium extra virgin olive oil is already being rationed or pulled from weekly promotions entirely. But here's the part that impacts you directly. The US imports most of its olive oil. So when the supply tightens overseas, American stores are among the first to feel the squeeze. So what should you do? First, buy now, especially if you use olive oil regularly. Choose dark glass bottles or metal tins and store them in a cool, dark place to extend. Shelf life up to 2 years. Second, consider alternative oils like avocado, sunflower, or canola. They're not perfect substitutes, but they'll keep your kitchen running if prices spike or stock runs dry. Bottom line, olive oil isn't just a flavor booster. It's a staple that's about to become a luxury. The shortages are real, the prices are rising, and your window to stock up is closing fast. Number 2, coffee for millions. Coffee isn't just a beverage, it's a ritual. But if it's part of your daily routine, brace yourself. Coffee shortages are brewing, and prices are already on the rise. As of May 2025, Brazil, the world's largest coffee producer, is facing its 3rd consecutive year of drought and extreme heat, slashing output by up to 15%. Meanwhile, Colombia has been battling persistent rainfall and fungus outbreaks that have decimated yields. Combined, these 2 countries supply nearly half of the world's Arabica beans, the kind preferred for premium roasts. On top of climate, disruptions, shipping delays, and increased export costs are making it harder for green coffee beans to reach global roasters. According to recent trade data, container backlogs at South American ports have increased delivery times by 25% this year alone. What does that mean for you? Expect higher prices, smaller packages, and fewer brand choices. Many U.S. retailers are already reducing bulk orders to avoid overpaying, which means shelves could go bare faster than you think. Specialty roasts. Single origin beans and organic blends will likely vanish first, leaving only the most processed and mass-produced options behind. So how can you stay ahead? First, buy in bulk now. Whole beans store longer than ground coffee, especially when kept in airtight, opaque containers in a cool, dry place. You can even freeze unopened bags to preserve freshness for up to a year. Second, if you're a daily drinker, consider investing in a home grinder and reusable filters. It'll stretch your supply further and save money over time. And finally, explore coffee alternatives like chicory, mushroom blends, or roasted barley, just in case your go-to roast becomes unaffordable or unavailable. Bottom line, if coffee is part of your life, now's the time to stock up. Because once supply tightens, your morning ritual could come with a bitter price. Number 3, black pepper. Black pepper may seem like a basic seasoning, but it's about to become a lot more expensive and a lot harder to find. As of mid-2025, Vietnam, the world's largest exporter of black pepper, has reduced pepper cultivation significantly as thousands of farmers switch to more profitable crops like durian and coffee. The reason? Global black pepper prices crashed between 2020 and 2022, discouraging production. Now, just as demand rebounds, supply is falling off a cliff. But that's not the only problem. The United States recently imposed a 46% tariff on imported Vietnamese black pepper, pushing wholesale costs through the roof. Importers are now paying nearly double what they did a year ago, and that cost is already being passed down to grocery shelves. Retailers are reporting rising shortages, especially of bulk containers and organic varieties. Spice aisles that once Had a dozen black pepper options may soon have just one or two, if any. Why does this matter? Black pepper isn't just for flavor. It's used in nearly every packaged food product, from snacks and sauces to frozen meals and marinades. A disruption in pepper supply can ripple through the entire food industry, leading to either higher costs or lower quality substitutes in processed foods. What should you do? First, stock up now, especially on whole peppercorns, which store far longer than pre-ground varieties. A vacuum-sealed jar of whole peppercorns can stay potent for 3 to 4 years when stored in a cool, dark place. Second, consider grinder mills that let you freshly grind as needed. This not only extends shelf life but also enhances flavor. Lastly, try alternatives like coriander, pink peppercorns, or smoked paprika. They won't replace black pepper exactly, but they'll give your meals flavor if shelves run dry. Bottom line, black pepper is going from common to scarce, fast. If it's a staple in your kitchen, now is the time to act before it disappears or doubles in price. Number 4. Plastic household goods. Plastic storage bins, hangers, laundry baskets, kitchen organizers. These are the quiet essentials of every household, and they're quietly disappearing. As of June 2025, a combination of rising petroleum costs, U.S. tariffs on Chinese imports, and ongoing global shipping delays is making plastic-based household goods harder to find and more expensive to replace. Since China produces a significant portion of the world's plastic utility products, recent trade restrictions have slowed supply chains to a crawl. According to the National Retail Federation, shipments of plastic consumer goods have dropped by over 30% in the last quarter alone, with major retailers like Walmart and Target already reporting inventory gaps in storage and utility sections. What's worse, these aren't seasonal shortages. With raw material prices climbing and production costs rising globally, the market isn't expected to recover anytime soon. What does this mean for you? It means everyday items, like drawer organizers, food containers, trash cans, and even shower caddies, are going up in price, getting smaller in quantity, or vanishing completely. So how can you get ahead of the curve? First, audit your home for plastic essentials. Are your storage bins cracked? Are your kids' toy organizers falling apart? Replace them now, before limited supply and inflated prices make replacements difficult or unaffordable. Second, if possible, opt for long-term alternatives. Consider wood, metal, or fabric-based storage options, especially for items that don't need to be waterproof. While pricier up front, they'll outlast flimsy plastic replacements and save you money over time. And lastly, think ahead. If you've got an upcoming move, renovation, or new school year, stock up now on the plastic basics you'll need. Bottom line, plastic household items may not be glamorous, but once they're gone, you'll notice. Don't wait until your storage bins break and there's nothing on the shelves to replace them. Number 5. Household cleaning products, sprays, wipes, disinfectants. These were hot-ticket items during the 2020 pandemic, and they're quietly slipping away again. As of June 2025, several leading cleaning brands are reporting manufacturing slowdowns due to a surprising bottleneck: packaging components. Trigger spray heads, plastic caps, and refill pouches, many of which are sourced from China or Southeast Asia, are caught up in tariff hikes, raw material shortages, and extended shipping times. Without packaging, production lines stall, even when chemical ingredients are fully stocked. Industry insiders report a 15-20% drop in inventory for top-selling cleaning products this quarter. Big box retailers have already begun reducing shelf space and limiting restocks on name-brand items. Products like multi-surface sprays, toilet cleaners, and antibacterial wipes are among the first to be affected. What makes this more urgent is consumer behavior. Most people don't stockpile cleaning supplies until there's a rush. That's when shelves empty fast, and it can take weeks or months for supply to catch up. So how can you stay ahead? First, check your current stock. If you're down to your last bottle of disinfectant or low on dish soap, now's the time to restock, preferably in bulk or multi-packs. Second, consider concentrated cleaning formulas that let you mix your own sprays using water at home. These are often shipped in refillable pouches or tablets, cutting reliance on plastic bottles and spray heads. Third, look into natural or DIY alternatives like vinegar, baking soda, and Castile soap. They're not always ideal for every surface, but they're effective, shelf-stable, and widely available. Lastly, if you rely on specialty products like stainless steel polish or granite-safe sprays, buy extras now, as these niche items are often the first to vanish. Bottom line, a clean home is a safe home. Don't wait for another shortage to scramble for supplies. Stock up while you still have options. Number 6. Pet supplies. If you've got a cat, dog, or any kind of pet, it's time to take their needs seriously, because pet supplies are heading straight into the shortage zone. As of June 2025, supply chain disruptions and international tariffs are colliding to hit the pet care industry hard. The main issue? Plastic-based goods and low-cost imports from Asia, which make up a large share of pet toys, feeding bowls, litter boxes, grooming tools, and more, are now subject to significant delays and cost spikes. According to Pet Industry Market Watch, imports of plastic pet products from China have dropped by nearly 35% in the past 6 months, thanks to new U.S. tariffs and rising container shipping costs. That's affecting everything from chew toys to collapsible water dishes. But it's not just about toys and accessories. Litter products, pet pads, food containers, and even basic grooming tools are becoming harder to find in full variety. Retailers are already trimming selections and struggling to restock popular items. If you've noticed fewer brand choices in the pet aisle lately, you're not imagining it. Pet food packaging is also feeling the pinch. With aluminum and plastic in shorter supply, some wet food brands have been forced to scale back production or delay launches. That means your pet's favorite flavors might be temporarily or permanently off the shelf. So, what should you do? First, take inventory of what your pet uses daily. Food bowls, brushes, training pads, leashes, anything that could wear out or break should be replaced now, while options still exist. Second, if your pet is picky or on a prescription or specialty diet, don't wait to restock. Secure at least a 30-60-day backup supply, especially if your pet relies on a specific brand or formula. Third, consider bulk buying durable items, like litter, treats, and supplements. Most have long shelf lives and will save you money in the long run. Bottom line, when shortages hit, most people rush to care for themselves first, but pets can't speak up for their needs. If you've got a furry friend, act now to keep their supplies secure and their routine uninterrupted. Number 7, packaging and shipping materials. If you run a small business, ship gifts, or even sell the occasional item online, this one's for you. Packaging and shipping supplies are quietly tightening, and if you wait, you could be stuck without boxes, tape, or mailers when you need them most. As of June 2025, the packaging industry is facing a multi-layered crisis. First, global pulp shortages have reduced the production of cardboard and paperboard, core materials in everything from moving boxes to shipping labels. Second, rising oil prices have pushed up the cost of plastic-based products like bubble, wrap, polymailers, and tape. And third, a surge in global e-commerce demand is putting pressure on every link of the supply chain. According to the Packaging Corporation of America, prices on corrugated cardboard have increased by 20% year over year, and lead times for bulk orders have doubled in some regions. Major retailers are buying in bulk and stockpiling, leaving independent sellers and everyday consumers with fewer options on shelves. It's not just an issue of cost, it's about availability. Postal supplies like padded envelopes, packing paper, and shipping boxes are selling out at office supply chains and dollar stores alike. And when panic buying kicks in, just like in 2020, they disappear almost overnight. So what should you do? First, evaluate your shipping habits. Do you sell on eBay, Etsy, or ship gifts to family? Stock up now on what you regularly use: boxes, tape, labels, filler. Second, consider reusable or multi-purpose packaging. Some sellers are turning to compostable mailers or reusing delivery boxes to get through the squeeze. Lastly, buy in bulk if space allows. These items don't expire, and having a small supply on hand can save you major frustration later. Bottom line, you don't want to be the person standing in a shipping aisle with nothing left to grab. Prepare now, before supplies vanish again. Number 8. Rare earth magnet components. They're tiny, invisible to most consumers, and absolutely vital to modern life. Rare earth magnets are the hidden engines behind smartphones, earbuds, electric vehicles, hard drives, wind turbines, and countless appliances. And right now, they're becoming scarce. As of June 2025, China, the world's leading supplier of rare earth elements, has imposed strict export controls on neodymium and dysprosium, two metals essential for high performance magnets. This move, largely driven by geopolitical tensions and domestic stockpiling, is already sending shockwaves through the global electronics and auto industries. According to Bloomberg, shipments of rare earth magnet components have dropped by over 25% since early 2024, and prices have surged by more than 40%. Automakers like Tesla and BMW have reported delays in motor production, while U.S. tech firms are scrambling to secure alternative suppliers in Australia and Canada, none of which can match China's output. Why does this matter to you? Because these magnets are inside everyday products, from your laptop fan to your phone speaker to your power tools. If you plan on upgrading electronics, replacing small appliances, or buying EV accessories, expect limited availability and higher prices in the coming months. What can you do? First, buy replacement tech now, especially for essentials like headphones, chargers, fans, or small electric devices. Stock is likely to tighten fast. Second, if you own a hybrid or EV, consider servicing any magnet-based components, motors, sensors, sooner rather than later. Replacement parts may be harder to source in the near future. Third, avoid waste. Take care of what you own because the cost and difficulty of replacing it is only going up. Bottom line, rare earth magnets may be out of sight, but soon they'll be top of mind. The slowdown has started, and if you wait too long, you may be stuck without the tech you depend on. Number 9, frozen vegetables and processed meats. Think your freezer is your safety net during shortages? Not for long. Frozen vegetables and processed meats, two of the most convenient and shelf-stable food staples, are about to get hit hard. As of June 2025, multiple food manufacturing companies, including Conagra and Tyson Foods, have reported labor shortages, factory closures, and rising ingredient costs, all of which are cutting production output. Add in rising transportation costs due to fuel hikes and climate-related crop failures, and the freezer section is starting to feel the squeeze. In the past quarter alone, major grocery chains have experienced a 15-25% reduction in stock levels for popular frozen items like mixed vegetables, chicken nuggets, sausage patties, and breakfast sandwiches. What's more, increased demand for long-lasting food, especially as storm and disaster season ramps up, is only worsening the strain on supply. Consumers are already noticing fewer options and higher prices. Bulk-size frozen items, store brand e.e., meat products and organic or allergen-friendly options are among the first to vanish from shelves. So how can you prepare? First, build a smart freezer stockpile. Focus on high-utility items like frozen spinach, corn, peas, and mixed stir-fry blends. These are nutrient-dense, versatile, and store well for up to a year. Second, stock up on processed meats you actually use, like fully cooked sausage, chicken strips, or bacon. Check expiration dates and rotate them out regularly to avoid waste. Third, consider alternatives like shelf-stable canned meats, tuna, chicken, Spam, and dehydrated veggie packs. They don't taste the same, but they'll carry you through a shortage if freezers run dry. And if you've got a chest freezer, now's the time to fill it, before prices climb higher and choices vanish. Bottom line, the freezer aisle may look full today, but underneath the surface, supplies are cracking. Grab what you need now while you still have a choice. Number 10, matcha and specialty. Teas. If matcha is part of your morning ritual or your favorite cafe order, now's the time to take a closer look at your supply, because it may not be there much longer. As of June 2025, the global supply of matcha and other specialty teas like oolong, jasmine, and white tea is under pressure from two major forces: crop volatility and viral demand. Japan's recent harvest was hit by unseasonal frost and humidity, reducing high-grade matcha yields by over 30% according to the Japanese Ministry of Agriculture. At the same time, social media trends and celebrity endorsements have catapulted matcha into mainstream demand, especially in North America and Europe. The result? Prices are climbing fast, and bulk-grade matcha, the kind used in lattes and recipes, is already being rationed by distributors. Popular cafe chains and boutique tea brands are reporting stockouts and limited restocks. It's not just a blip, it's a growing supply-demand mismatch. Specialty teas from China and Taiwan are also under strain due to export limitations, labor shortages, and longer shipping lead times. That means fewer new shipments are arriving, and existing inventory is selling out quickly. So what can you do? First, if you're a regular matcha drinker, buy now and store smart. Matcha is best stored in airtight tins in a cool, dry place. It can last up to 12 months unopened. Second, if you're open to exploring, try alternative green teas like sencha or hojicha. They have similar benefits and are currently more stable in supply. Third, support local or regional brands that source directly from small-scale farms. These companies often have shorter, more reliable supply chains and may restock faster than major retailers. Bottom line, matcha may seem trendy, but its scarcity is real. If it's part of your wellness routine or business, don't wait until it's gone. Stock up now or prepare to sip something else. Number 11. OTC medications, pain relievers, allergy meds. Imagine waking up with a pounding headache or a sudden allergic reaction, only to find your go-to medication is nowhere to be found. That scenario is becoming more common by the day, as of June 2025, the U.S. is experiencing a growing shortage of over-the-counter OTC medications, especially common products like ibuprofen, acetaminophen, antihistamines, and decongestants. According to the American Society of Health System Pharmacists, more than 270 drugs are currently listed as being in shortage, including many that are household staples. So, what's driving the problem? It's a combination of raw material shortages, international manufacturing slowdowns, and logistical issues getting finished products onto store shelves. Much of the active pharmaceutical ingredients, APIs, used in OTC meds are sourced from India and China, and both regions have faced intermittent factory closures and export restrictions. Major pharmacy chains have already reported lower than normal inventory and delayed restocks, particularly for children's and liquid formulations. In some cities, people are visiting multiple stores just to find basic allergy or cold medicine. So, how should you prepare? First, check your current medicine cabinet. Make sure you have a 60-day supply of your most used OTC medications. Look for generics. They're often more available and just as effective. Second, consider alternative formulations. If tablets are out of stock, gels, powders, or dissolvables might still be available. Third, don't forget essentials like thermometers, electrolyte powders, and cough drops. These are also vanishing fast during cold and allergy seasons. And here's a critical reminder. Don't hoard, but be smart. Buy what you need before panic buying wipes out the shelves. Bottom line, when you're sick or in pain, access to basic medicine isn't optional. It's urgent. Secure your supply now, so you're not left scrambling when you need it most. From olive oil and coffee to pet supplies and medications, these 15 items are more than just products. They're part of your daily life. And as we've seen, disruptions aren't just coming, they're already here. Whether it's drought, tariffs, factory closures, or shipping delays, the cracks in the system are spreading fast. The smartest thing you can do right now is act, not out of fear, but out of foresight. Take inventory. Stock up on what matters, and think 2 steps ahead, not 2 days behind. Because when the shelves go empty, it won't matter why. It'll only matter whether you were ready. If this video helped you prepare, hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and turn on notifications so you never miss a critical update. We're tracking the trends so you don't get caught off guard. Stay sharp, stay stocked, and we'll see you in the next video.